One of the reasons why the situation in Syria is so important is because it might benefit Ukraine. Let me explain why. Right now, Turkey and the US are making moves to work with the Syrian rebels who took down Assad. Turkey has offered them to help draft a new constitution, and the US officials went to Syria a few days ago to meet with those rebels in person. Here is why it matters. Russia needs Syria. Russia has military bases in Syria, which are key for projecting power across the Middle East and the Mediterranean. But Russia also supported the Assad regime, so the future of those bases is now up in the air. The rebels didn't say what they're planning to do, but you can bet Russia wants to hold on to them. This opens the door for Turkey and the US to step in. Both countries are members of NATO, so they're allies. And they're both pro-Ukraine. This is a great opportunity for them to gain influence in Syria and weaken Russia's position there. And if they play it right, they could use those military bases as leverage in negotiations over Ukraine. Russia is in a weaker spot right now. 3 years ago, it was feared and respected across the Middle East and Africa, but it's just no longer the case because the war in Ukraine has been draining all of their resources. Obviously, it's not as easy as it sounds because you have the rebels who would want to get something out of it as well. It could be that in exchange, both Turkey and the US show support to the new Syrian government and then officially recognize them. But Turkey has its own priorities in the region, so Ukraine might not be their number one focus. And let's not forget that Ukraine is just too important for Russia, so maybe they are willing to lose control in Syria as long as they can win in Ukraine. Or Russia could also strike a deal with the rebels themselves. Syria needs a lot of money right now, and I just don't think that sending money to Syria would be a popular policy among the US public. So that's where Russia could step in and simply buy themselves out of this situation. This is very speculative and the shifts don't happen overnight, but with so much in play, Syria is definitely a hotspot to watch.